What is up, DTube Steem blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about Synereo. So Synereo, they started 5 years ago, 2014, to sort of talk about decentralized and the attention economy, and they wanted to sort of do this stuff. And last year, first they had a product called WildSpark that came out, and then they had, but that didn't work out so well. Then they said they were gonna do some product X, and then they came out with Hyperspace, and now they're shutting down. So I want to talk a little bit about it because I was involved with WildSpark. I was like using it a little bit. I followed Synereo, and they had like the best white paper. They had the best theories that like the best white paper I've ever read. But in terms of delivering a product, there was very little happening. Never really had a full product. They never had a withdrawal function, or well, they had it, but it was like it was not on a real blockchain. It was just using a token, and I want to talk a little bit about it because they did ignore Steem blockchain, and there were many people told them on Discord. They would say it like, well, Steem blockchain is already doing this that you want to do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So sort of the lesson that I want to talk a little bit about in this video is projects that ignores realities. That there is a lot of projects that is ignoring reality, and that we can have great visions, but there's a distance to walk to actually make something happen. So Synereo have done amazing work, and they have amazing visions, but they were ignoring a reality, and they didn't look at reality, that there is already better tech that can do this, and that you don't have to do everything yourself. So everyone in this ecosystem, they sort of want to reinvent the wheel, but we have to look at this. Is there really something that we have to reinvent? Is there someone that's already doing this? And yes, Steem blockchain already doing this. For example, when they released WildSpark, we already had DTube coming in beta, and you could already do everything on DTube, because it's like, okay, we already have a crypto, we have Steem blockchain, we have that crypto, and we have video, which is the best medium to sort of deliver content, and it's just better. So why do we have to always try to reinvent stuff? Can't we like just look with our eyes at what is really going on? And yeah, so I feel in many ways in this crypto space, there's a lot of people that's ignoring reality, and we see how when big prices go up, a lot of people's perception of reality when prices go up, people's perception of reality sort of gets skewed. We saw that a lot 2018, and we probably are going to see it again many times over in the future. So this was basically what they were talking about. They wrote this when they shut Hyperspace down. On this was the message on site.hyperspace.app website. Hyperspace is shutting down. It's been 5 years since we began this journey. 5 years pushing towards our vision, overcoming hurdle and after hurdle, each unfamiliar, each unique, unexplored hurdles new to ourselves and to market in which we were operating in, which we were pioneers. That was the first thing they wrote. Then they wrote Synereo was founded 2014, shoestring budget. Shoestring budget and a great personal cost. We kept developing and iterating on the product, navigating on the budding crypto-powered decentralized space. We believe that decentralization combined with near frictionless payment would set attention economy free, blah, 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 blah. There is a lot of text there. 5 years ago, offering alternative to the predator products offered by Facebook. We did our best through the years to deliver on that promise. calibrating our offering but staying true to our long-term vision, building mechanism that provides content, blah 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 blah. We kept space with increasing regulation. I mean, it's a bit like they're lying here, because it's like they're good with words. They were really good with words, and they did some stuff, but they didn't take real criticism. They they didn't listen to people, and then and so it's like they had this vision in their head, but it wasn't connected with reality. So they said that there's, when you're reading this, it sounds like they did this amazing thing. No, it's like they did, the only thing they came out with was Wild Spark last year, and that one they scrapped that idea. And then they did this hyperspace thing, and they said that, oh, everyone can sort of earn $300 a month from this, or $500 a month. And they had a little bit of nice design, but it was really not connected to reality. And saying all these fancy words, like decentralized and all of this, they only had a centralized token. They didn't even have a blockchain. They were just using a Ethereum ERC20 token, I think. So it's like they never really had a product. And they're saying, oh, Facebook is like horrible, while they don't even have a better idea. And now they're just leaving it, like leaving the project. And this is something that we're seeing a lot in sort of this industry. It's like what they can do, Synereo, is they can just go be a bit more humble and actually use better technology that already exists, because they would never make a blockchain. But when they're using these words, oh, we are doing this amazing thing, it's really not connected to reality. And other people sort of buy into these words, and then they sort of, it becomes like the blind leading the blind, that people people that are sort of doing the project, they think they're doing something amazing because some people are listening to them. But it really becomes blind leading the blind, and then nobody knows any direction. And it's like people have to, in this world, people have to sort of try to like ground themselves a little bit more into reality, so you don't get these like, you have to look at truth and really look at what your real competence are, and also admit that a person doesn't have to know everything. It's like, that's why we're doing this, like decentralized systems, right, where we don't have to tell lies to ourselves. So this is like a big issue, like people are basically telling lies to themselves, and they're probably not even aware that they're sort of doing it. And people have a lot of experience, and it's sad that Synereo now is like dumping all of it. What they should do is just come over to Steem blockchain and try to build something there, and don't try to do the technology thing, just do the other thing, what you're good at, like the caring aspect, and and keep push that. Use video to sort of push your messages out there faster, and be willing to be street smart. Because what I feel about Synereo is they're very book smart, but they sort of need to team up with street smart people. And I would say Steem blockchain is sort of street smart. It's not as romantic, but it actually has real technology, and it's working today, and it actually is somewhat decentralized. And they may not have the content now, and Synereo can focus on the content aspect. They don't have to do the technology. They tried to do the technology. That was not their competence. Their competence probably is to try to focus on moderation and sort of content, by using existing real technology. For example, Steem blockchain is coming out with smart media tokens soon, which probably will be amazing technology. And they should sort of try to use that and not have to throw everything away, because 5 years is still a lot of experience, and it can be used.